We're recording. It is on. Just wanted to make sure. First of all, I wanted to say that I did not plan on waiting until the last minute to submit this assignment. Planned on submitting this way before Thanksgiving, and for the moment that this assignment became live for us to do. But as procrastination got the better of me, I let it be, and look at me now. Just a few hours before it's due, I'm doing this assignment, and as you can see the screen, um, plenty of things to cover. But yeah, I didn't. I could not have planned this any better than it is now. Yeah, few things to cover. Let's just jump straight into it. Just to say, this is the aviation weather briefing video, and I've initially planned on flying to from GSO to first flight um, near the Outer Banks, but for some reason there's no Taft there at the moment, so I have to change it to Elizabeth City, which it still does cover that 150 nautical mile range. I just have to switch it up um, once I get closer to covering that. But let's just jump straight into it and see the national overview of this. As I hope I just didn't forget how to do this. Products. There we go. Product chart. We're here. Plenty of stuff plenty of things. Movements are happening throughout the North America region. Plenty of isobars, as you can see. We'll cover that in a second. But high pressure systems moving in Midwestern region of the U.S. Plenty of high pressure systems mixed with low pressure systems towards the coast near California. We have some cold fronts moving in, and some included fronts around this area of the U.S. Let me just zoom it in. And as you can see by the green and blue marking, Mr. Fontaine, plenty of precipitation as well, which is amazingly gonna cover our flight. And as it becomes clearer and clearer, I don't think it's safe to fly today, or even possible to do this VFR. But we will cover it anyhow. Isobars, plenty of them. More in the north, per se northeast, towards New York area of the U.S., but they are predominant just throughout the region. And just looking at this weather system, yeah, there is just noticeably turbulence that's going to affect. And as we'll go through, there's plenty of PIREPs and segments, which we will see in a second. But that should cover the national overlay, location of highs, lows, troughs, ridges. But yeah, cold fronts. And yeah, we step through the forecast. As you can see, our flight path. It is going to what's it called, FFA, but we will change that to Elizabeth City, just because it has no Taft attached to that. But yes, as we step through, it does get better eventually, but and that's going through Monday and into Tuesday, um, which probably a better time to fly than today. But turbulence still there. Pretty nifty system. Plenty of things that are going on around here. That should cover everything. If this impacts a lot of the flight, as you can see just by the precipitation, even though it's light and likely, it impacts our flight tremendously. And let's just go to observation. Just like that, it's like Christmas early. It came early. There is a segment issued uh, just what's it called earlier today, which we will step through that later on. But obviously, this affects the flight just because of the information in there. But yes, that should cover the national overview surface analysis chart portion. But let's step to the low level significant chart. I have a paper version of the grading sheet in front of me, so just want to make sure I step through everything one by one. But yeah, that should done every part every covered every section of that. Going to the second portion, which is the tools and the decision support imagery. Significant low, immediate time. You can see just towards, I think maybe under the Outer Banks, there is ceilings between 1,000 to 3,000 inclusive, and visibility limited to 3 to 5 statute miles or miles included in this blue area, which does impact the flight. And as we can see at the time, it is valid from 12 Zulu, Sunday 26th, November 26th, to 00 Zulu, Monday to 27th. And we'll get to that other section in a second. But we have this and icing, which happens to go up to 8, I think maybe that's a 1 right there, or 8,000 feet. It might be a 0, but you can see icing happening coast to coast, and it does definitely impact the potential flight. But by the way, I've chosen 6,000 feet as the flight elevation, or the flight what's it called level, flight level, to fly. But then again, it's almost not even, I mean, if it was a real situation where I was gonna fly, I wouldn't even step out of my car, let alone going into an airplane, at least a general aviation one. So yeah, 6,000 feet, just to keep that in mind. And we go to tomorrow, the 27th, valid to 00 Zulu. It does get better. That what's it called? Inclusive ceiling goes away, but in terms, it comes some turbulence from surface level to flight 24 or 2400. I think that is 24 actually, flight level 24. Which will impact. That's for turbulence and rough air. But there's plenty of other things that are happening. It's packed. It's a busy time in the year, I guess, for the weather. Yeah, it wouldn't, if you hold off even. I guess there wouldn't be a ceiling limitations, but some turbulence. Which need to keep in mind. I'm not sure if that's referring to the ceiling level or the icing, but my guess is that this is turbulence, or my educated guess, should I say. Anyhow, I definitely wouldn't fly, especially this time. But yeah, I'm 100% sure this is turbulence related. This is turbulence, yeah. Surface level to 240, flight level 240. Well, that's that portion. It should be done. Low level significant weather charts explain the difference between the left and right panel. This is done. Note area of turbulence, moderate VFR. Yeah, I guess you can say IFR or moderate VFR, but that's towards the Outer Banks area, actually, which does impact the flight. Unknown areas of turbulence, which we did, checking freezing levels, any weather impacts for your route. Yes, especially in the immediate future. It does. Even if you hold on for tomorrow, I think it's better, but not the best. That should complete the low-level significant weather chart. Um, Going to graphical forecast tool, which should be. Let me just see. Graphical forecast. Oh, beautiful. Ceilings. Definitely, it's gonna impact this. As you can see, IFR just covering past Raleigh area, and as we step through the time, I hope this legend goes away. It does dissipate, but it still impacts the flight, and there's rain, slight chances of shower and rain included in, with this care package. The flight should have taken around 2 3 hours, 3 hours. So if you would have lived at 2280 Zulu, expect to be there by 00 Zulu. I'm just gonna change this real quick. Gonna change. Oh no. Okay. I think EG, right? EG. Just to make sure we're going to Elizabeth and not first flight. I'm just gonna change this real quick. I need to Google what that code is for Elizabeth. I think I'm sure it's ECG. That's where it is. Sorry about that. I tried to be prepared, but still. Okay, there we go. And yes, as we can see, there's a TAF there. Anyhow, just going back to that, it does impact the flight, and you can see there's plenty of shower and ceiling. Let's see. That's going to impact, and just by looking at these slight chances of rain, possibly thunderstorms moving in, even if you held off the flight until tomorrow. It does get better, but still impacts the flight tremendously. Definitely not a time to go flying. Maybe fly a kite instead. Other than that, I think that should cover this section. Moving through clouds, beautiful. Then let's go back in time and not get ahead of ourselves. Greensboro is not bad. Few clouds at 5,000, and broken. Should I say? What's that called? At GSO? Is that GSO? Somewhere, yes, GSO around there. Mostly clear. I think this is a little bit below GSO. Cirrus cloud, cirrus, but clear visibility. It's like some pocket of space, but then you go. It goes few, overcast, and broken, partial, to broken at 2500 to flight level 390 tops, and it continues and it gets worse as you go to the flight path. So this is even if 600 feet overcast in this IFR conditions, IMC conditions maybe, but let's see. Let's go through the times. Does it get better a little bit? I think the cloud and the system moves east, so I guess it gets better for us for a brief moment, but then it covers everything. It catches back up, and you have this system coming in, and then you have airmen right behind it, which is amazing. But this is 6 hours in advance of it, and we planned this flight more so immediate times, and it shouldn't. It wasn't gonna affect the flight, but it certainly does if you wait it out. Does it come 5, 6, 7 hours? Never mind. No, it doesn't quite get into the flight path. My computer is a little bit slow. I have slow Wi-Fi, but yeah, it shouldn't affect the flight path, I guess. Yep. Alrighty. Clouds. We have done that. Precipitation. Beautiful. Heavy. Shower. Chances of slight chances of shower. Uh, Not gonna affect the flight that's in Virginia, but just to keep a note, should according to this should be fine. For now, but we step to the time and we see the slight chances of rain, and it's gonna keep on coming in. This is only an hour forecast, 2 hours, and let's see, 3 hours. Yes, we're covered. Something that definitely is gonna affect the flight, and yeah, don't I'm not sure how many people are comfortable flying in these conditions, at least when they're not IFR rated. Definitely not me. Um, Graphical forecast tool. Okay, we've covered this, but yeah, it's gonna be keeping on having this slight chances for a rain shower. It does go away after 8 hours and it dissipates, but you know, if you hold on 12 hours in advance, then you have the opportunity to fly without any of this impacting the flight. But this is into Monday, so it does get better, and it moves off, but it definitely affects the flight, and given the time constraint, not good to fly. Thunderstorms. We don't see a maybe over here likely shower. We have this over here, but this is in the coastal region, and just to have this thunderstorm, cheat sheet legend, pop out. We have thunderstorms brewing somewhere in the coast, but it the shouldn't affect the flight. Again, we're so far. This is so far out, and there's more stuff that are going to affect the flight. Slight chance of rain, and this is just gonna be the prime, I guess, topic of this flight and this forecast. Nasty weather that we have. Definitely not sunny outside, and or nice. Let's go to temperature. We'll see. We'll go back. Flight 60. If you stick to flight 60, you should be good. 5 to 10 Celsius. You shouldn't. Put possibly worries about ice cream, but definitely not as bad as in minus. I think 5 degrees. So not too much impact in that sense. And as we step to the time, it does get better. I think my computer froze, or the internet. Yeah, actually it gets worse. This icing continues to come down and does affect the flight. So just going back to it, something to note. Another reason maybe not the best day to fly. Winds. Beautiful. Again, this is not ideal situations to fly. Just very clear and blunt. All throughout there will be possible tailwind, which at least makes your flight faster, but you have 34, 35, and 34 knots of gust and wind. Just coming back of you, I think at some point is 28, 25, no, 1, 2, 3, 5, 35, 34. 20, that's 30, at least that's a 32 it says, but it's constant 30 knot tailwind almost just coming behind you. And as we step to the time, Does it get worse? Absolutely, 40 knots. It turns to 40 knots of tailwind. I mean, you're gonna get there quick, but wow, it does impact the flight somewhat. Maybe not in the worst way, but it does definitely. I mean, you have almost 64. No, one, two. Sorry. Oh, I was gonna say one, two. It keeps on getting tinier. One, two, three, four. 43, I guess. Yeah. Just wanted to double check. It looked like 5 lines. Definitely does impact the flight. Graphical tools. We're just going through it. Explain color code. Oh, note areas of IFR and route. Let's just go back and just cover this. This is full IFR. I mean, it's at 1,000 feet. Scattered, few, covered, and I mean, it gets even worse. Broken, overcast at 600 feet, and tops to flight 40. So definitely affects and becomes IFR. I just wanted to make sure, like how you did it, I could put at least. I wanted to go through all of these, and then I will show the other dots. The dot that can show the different sort of different sorts of IFR and VFR airports around. Let's see winds. Let's go back to winds. Oh, these are all max. Make sure it's good. Turbulence. We are okay. Amazing. We see already a PIREP about turbulent, urgent PIREP, or standard. Sorry. Let's see if there's urgent. Is there? No. I forgot the name for not urgent, but maybe I'm stepping ahead of myself. We'll get to the PIREPs later, but definitely things to note all throughout here. Yes, turbulence, absolutely. Light turbulence. Again, it also coincides with the isobars that we saw earlier, and we step through the times. It gets better. A little bit we see a pocket of more harsher turbulence that I guess to move in as the time, and we have a whole segment up here, and let's see if this affects the flight as we forward it. No, it keeps on the north, but what it just shows you how rough the weather it looks like, and gives you a really good idea of what a perfect time I've decided to make this video for this assignment. I wanted a challenge, and look, I got it. But yes, low level, light, should I say? Turbulence, maybe moderate, towards the east coast. With that said, it should be almost where you should be done with this section. Icing. 6,000, a little bit of freezing ice. Tops at 18,000 feet. Moderate severity. This was an airmat that was issued at 4500 Zulu earlier today, the 26th day of the month. Freezing level between 4 to 8,000 feet. Base, that's base. Tops 18,000 due to ice. Let's see how good does it get. This affects the flight. I mean, 6,000 feet. Oh, all goes away after 2 hours. It doesn't keep moving in, but definitely something to note. Still loading. I'm gonna give it a second. It's gonna be a very long video to analyze and see. Okay. Yeah, 7 hours, and we go. And we have done this. So that's all the geographical analysis tools that was covered. Just wanting to make sure that I didn't miss anything. Light icing, IFR going past Raleigh, loaded moderate turbulence. We saw the winds from 32 gusting to 34. Um, cloud base have covered. Chance of thunderstorms and rain, mostly rain. But yeah, that portion has been covered, at least. So yeah, let's move on to the METAR for GSO, and we see GSO METAR, 26th day at 2150 Zulu, winds at 200 at 6 knots, 200 degrees at 6 knots, 10 statute mile visibility, few clouds at 4,000, overcast at on flight level is at 2,000. I think I'm good 2,000. Yeah, overcast 2,000. Few 4,000. I think that's it. 20,000. Overcast 20,000 feet. 9 temperature, 9 degree temperature, -2 dew point. Altimeter 2994. Remarks, automated weather system. Temperature tendency. We see the oh my god, what do we call it? The Hippapascal translation of the altimeter in heptapascal. It's 1014.6, and the temperature tendency that we see. Other than that, we will see that's the METAR for GSO. The TAF for the destination. Hopefully this will pop up beautifully. I hope TAF should be over here. TAF, there we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 taps at different times. 2-3 Zulu, 0-2 Zulu, 0-6 Zulu, and 1-4 Zulu going to Monday. And they all show. Actually, it starts up there at 20290 at 10 knots. Wind 5 statute mile visibility, broken. Variable showers, overcast 007, which is 700 feet. And then going to Monday, 270, the 27th day at 02 Zulu. 240 degree at 8 knots wind, partial 6 statute mile visibility, and showers, overcast at 1500. Few again 27, forecast 27.0. We see, I think that's missed light. Sorry, going to here, 270 at 06 Zulu, 230 at 8 knots wind, 5 statute mile visibility, light rain shower, broken, overcast at 1,000 feet. And we see 27 forecast 27, the day 27, 1400 Zulu, 290 at 12 knot, partial 6 statute mile visibility, scattered at 5,000. That was a lot of TAF. I think that covered everything. Let's just make sure. GL. That's 2.6. Maybe I missed this one. We see the TAF is from 2621 Zulu to 2718 Zulu. 280 degree at 13, gusting to 19. So 13 um, knots wind, gusting to 19, 3 statute mile visibility, broken overlay, and overcast at 600 feet. Happy I didn't miss that one. And just in time, we can see the planned route beautifully. It is all IFR past a marginal IFR past Raleigh, and then you have IFR going all the way to the to the coast, which is great to see. I wouldn't. This is just another deterrent not to go and fly today, but again, besides the point, we see VFR. What's it called? VFR airports. I cannot talk. I talked so much already. Yeah, VFR airports, all, or I guess southern marginal VFR. But in the route of the flight, which is most impactful, you go to IFR, which again, we go to the last question: VFR flight recommendation to your destination? Absolutely not. So yeah, that should cover that portion. Hopefully, I've done a good job until this point. I have done the Taft, and we are moving to PIREPS, which I had a hard time trying to pull up. So if you go to observation, there was one earlier, which I which I tried, I guess, to have ready, so at least I would know. But it's okay. We'll just try another one. Segment. Oh, we'll cover the segment in. Yeah, we'll just cover the segment very shortly. Huh? Where is this PIREP? PIREP. I mean, there's one over here, but come on, there was like. This was. I don't know what happened. There was so many down here. At least that affected the route, that was on the route of the flight, and I don't know, for whatever reason it's not there anymore. Maybe this one. PIREP. Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, there's a PIREP there. Right? I think so. This is it. It's not. I don't know why. Stop going on the segment. PIREP. Okay. This is the closest that's en route of the flight. I don't see any other ones. Or maybe. Oh, that just turned IFR. Oh, I am so sorry about this. But yeah, we'll just stick to this PIREP. Boeing 738, which actually I don't know how it looks like, so I kind of want to Google this and see. But it's a Boeing. I know, so it's airliner we're talking about. I'm just very curious to how it looks. Okay, that's it. Going back to this, we'll see PIREP, that it's near ASG, regular, not urgent, a PIREP, or routine, should I say, PIREP, overcast, CVI, TM. That one is a little bit difficult. I don't want to shoot myself in the foot. I will try maybe an easier one. I hope this is not considered cheating, but there was an easier one that I wish it was still there. But if not, I'll go back to it. I'm not quite sure what that PIREP was totally. So I will potentially look for others. Pirate. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, this is doable. Pirate RDU, near RDU routine over RDU type. It's a A321. Oh, let's see. FDR, type of the aircraft, turbulence, moderate, rime icing between rime icing. Sorry, no, not icing. Um, what is this called? Icing too, but moderate turbulence. Uh, between 100 through 100, 1,500 out of RDU. Hope that covered it. Over RDU. This is the time to 2155 Zulu. Flight during going through RDU. Type moderate rime icing. No, moderate turbulence rime icing between 100 through 105. 100 or between 10,000 to 15,000 out of RDU. That's icing. This part's icing. This part's turbulence. Just wanted to be clear. And that's yeah, we got that part out of it. That's the pirate out of the way. Unit 4, under observation aircraft report, translate at least one pirate along your route of flight, which I've somewhat managed to do. Winds temperature Zoloft or Oloft, which it will. Let's see how to get here. Kind of maybe forgotten. And how do I get away from? Okay, there we go. Oh, okay. Products, tools. I wish I kind of. I wish I forgot how to get to this point. I hope this doesn't affect my grade. Oh, project. Okay, tool. Wind loft. I have no idea how to get here. Oh no, I hope. Okay, managed it. Woo! Okay. Wind temperatures all off. Woof! Okay, got it. I'm gonna choose RDU. Just it's because it's so like en route of the flight, and we go to flight 6000, flight level 6000, 240, 35 knots, 240 at 240 at 37. Temperature 5 plus 5. Which pretty cold. I think this is 240. Direction 37. Wind. Just to get that clear. Plus 5 temperature. So pretty cold. And it goes through. This is valid through Monday. At 00 Zulu. Just to get that clear. Let's see, open the regional window tab. Oh, wow. Find the closest section, ID route, report the wind temperature at your plant. Circus altitude. Why did you choose this altitude? I chose this altitude because, well, one, because we're going towards the east, so even altitude plus 500. Also, if I even was going to pick 3,000 as in a flight level, or 3,000 feet cruise to Elizabeth, still it still would get affected by overcast clouds and other bad weather. So it's not a conversation that if I had a lower altitude, I would be able to make the flight. It's just not possible, just given the fact that it's pretty nasty, and it covers all the flight levels. But I chose 6,000 as cruise, also based on the performance of aircraft, which I fly. I usually a Cessna 150 and a 170, 152 and 170. Okay, let's go back. But yeah, for performance and that reason. Oh, let's go back. Still, if we go back, it still doesn't matter. It still get affected. This flight, no matter what level you're at, what flight level you're at, unless you're flying in an airliner, you're gonna get affected by this nasty weather. And even because you're not IFR rated, which I am not, I would not be able to make this flight. Obviously, the big thing that's affecting, and we'll see, is this big, nice segment that was issued earlier today. Obviously, I didn't see this. I mean, I definitely expected it, but let's just go through it. Let's put this here. Segment, which began 2023 at 26 20 Zulu 2048 Zulu, and it's valid to Monday 00 Zulu. And we'll see segments Papa 1 valid until 270048 Zulu, and segments covering the Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and coastal area, including coastal water, from 50 nautical range, or 50 nautical northeast of Norfolk International Airport, extending to 16 nautical mile southeast of Elizabeth City Airport, which we are. That's where we planned on going. And yes, we see occasion severe turbulence from 12,000 to flight level 2,200. So 22,000 to 200, due to wind shear and associated jet stream, thunderstorms, and strong upper level of wind shear. And at the end of this, and do we have segments under conditions 2048 Zulu. I'm not sure what this portion is. I will be totally honest, but this is my best to cover this portion of this flight. I hope I did a really good job. I hope I did semi-decent and covered everything. I did try my best to cover everything to my best of my ability. But yes, and we get to the last section, with which is VFR flight recommendation to your destination, and everybody can say that this is not possible and not recommended for this type of flight. Maybe if we waited for at least maybe 1 or 2 days minimum, and this whole weather system moves on, then it will be recommended. But this is the aviation weather brief for aviation meteorology. I've been Massey. It's been really nice learning all about revisiting all these units and putting into practical use. So I appreciate it, and it's very helpful to have. Could have done a little bit better, but appreciate it. That is it. Thank you so much.